Hello everybody, my name is Patrick, and today I will be doing a review on the Undersun resistance bands as well as the gloves that you can purchase separately to use special for resistance bands. Now, the Undersun resistance bands I got for $75 for the entire set, and that includes all 5 of the different bands with the bag and the door hook that you can use for all your exercises, and I paid $35 for the gloves. Now, I will be reviewing these separately, but they're all one product, and they're all made to be used together, so I decided to just combine them all into one video for convenience sake. Now, we're going to be starting with the actual resistance bands set themselves. So, if you purchase just the bands, again, that's $75, not including shipping. And what you get is you get all 5 of these bands that go all the way from extra heavy to extra light. This athletic sack to carry them around in, and this door anchor that you use to put in a door frame and close the door. And then you tie the resistance bands to the door frame, or to the anchor, I'm sorry, and you just start working out with any sort of pull exercises, such as a lat pull down or an upright row. Or you could even turn around and do some sort of pressing motion with it. Now, these bands are really, really high quality. I like using them a lot. I feel a good squeeze in all of my muscles while using them. The extra heavy, does not lie in that it is a extra heavy band. It is fucking difficult to use. The extra light band even, using it for lateral raises, I really feel it in my delts. So all of these bands are, I've used them for quite a few workouts, and they're not like other bands that have actually snapped on me in the same amount of time that I've been using these. Even the extra light one especially, I was very concerned about. There it says extra light, because I've had bands that were actually thicker than this break on me, but I've used this band quite a bit, and it shows no signs of snapping. So I'm really excited about that. You know what I mean? It shows that these bands are really high quality. Not to mention, with the purchase of these bands, you also get a lifetime warranty, where if any of them snap, you just basically hit up the website and say, hey, I need a replacement of this band, and they'll fucking ship it to you. So that's really good. Now, the sack that they come in, it's nothing special. It's just a sack, but, it does it serves its purpose of holding all of the bands and stuff, conveniently storing them, and being able to take it wherever you go. And this door anchor, it works really, really well. I used it for both lat pull downs and standing rows, and I've even used it with the extra heavy band, and it worked perfectly fine. There were no signs of damage to my door or anything like that. So these bands, they work really, really well. I honestly couldn't recommend them enough for any home gym, really. $75 for all this, honestly, and the bands are really only limited by your imagination, I found anyway. And so, I've done a plethora of exercises with them, so I pretty much tried every exercise that I could think of with them. With that being said, now this is a personal thing. The only 2 exercises that I felt absolutely zero fatigue for are when I was trying to do deadlifts, which I feel that one's a bit obvious. These bands, will they help you get stronger? Definitely, but they are no replacement for your big foundational strength movements like bench, squat, deadlift, overhead press with an actual barbell. So if your goal is to really, really raise your strength numbers higher, then this is not for you. For muscle building and for staying in shape and cardiovascular and all that shit, this is good. And again, these will make you stronger because any resistance training will make you stronger. But that's just something you have to take into account, is that if your goal is pure strength training, you don't give a fuck about aesthetics or building muscle or anything like that, you only want to get stronger, then no, this really isn't the product for you. But for anybody else, and even those people who are, interested in building strength and they want to use bands as an addition or whatever, I would heavily recommend the Undersun fitness band set. It's really, really good, honestly. Back to what I was saying before, though, the other exercise that I didn't really feel any sort of squeeze in was my chest, and I tried every single chest exercise under the sun, with these bands. Every single variant, I did not feel a squeeze in my chest. Now, keep in mind, this isn't meant to be like me bragging or whatever, but my chest is really strong and really built. Like, it is without a doubt one of the most built and strong muscles on my body. So I think I just need an increased higher level type of exercise workout, like extremely heavy bench or something like that, to work out my chest muscles. Again, that being said, I pretty much use these bands now for mostly everything except for when I deadlift or need to work out my chest. I do primarily bench press for that. But again, everything else now, I pretty much do with these bands because I like them that much, and I really feel my muscles building and squeezing with these bands. And I've even noticed an increase in my vascularity after using these bands for a decent amount of time. Alright guys, that was my thoughts on the bands themselves. Heavy thumbs up, would definitely recommend. Now, let's move on to the gloves. The gloves are $35 for just the gloves. Now, right off the bat, that is a ridiculous price for just some gloves. And you might be thinking, what's so special about these gloves? Well, they have extra padding on the insides and outsides of the sides of your hands, so that the bands don't the stretching of the bands won't hurt your hands, basically, because as you stretch the inside of the bands, them pulling apart and contracting back together could potentially hurt your hands. Now, these gloves, yeah, they got that special padding at the sides there. They aren't special. Any gloves. Any gloves. Construction gloves, fire gloves that I have, typical weightlifting gloves, MMA gloves, literally any gloves do exactly what these gloves do. And they are far cheaper by a lot. And honestly, I kind of suspected that. I mainly bought these gloves because, it's pretty much, it feels like they're sort of part of the set, just sold separately. But yeah, guys, so that would be my recommendation, is get these bands. Do not buy these gloves. They are absolutely, without a doubt, not worth it. You could get literally a $10, $15 pair of weightlifting gloves, and they'll do exactly what these gloves do. Again, save your money. Absolutely not worth it. Alright guys, well that has been my opinion on the Undersun bands and gloves. Let me know what you guys think about it down in the comment section below. I'm Patrick, and I'll see you next time.